Hello and welcome, HeirofCarthage here, and yes, we are back with the Alexander's Legacy campaign in Total War Rome 2. My voice is kind of on the edge tonight. I've had a bit of a sinus thing the last couple days. Not like sick, but enough that it's been causing me some trouble, and so it's a little scratchy, a little rough to talk right now. I have a cough drop in, so if I sound different, that is why. So bear with me on this one, but I am glad to be back. I do need to get some of your comments from the last time, and we'll be doing that. I'm going to open this up, though, by starting a fight. The Warriors of Fortune are encamped outside of Adumatu. If I attack Adumatu, which I can force the encamped army to come in as reinforcements, which probably favors me. These are just thorax swords here and thurio spears, so we don't want to get overly confident. You have some good cavalry. I don't want to attack a fort with this army. I don't trust thorax swords to bust through a fort. So I'd rather attack the settlement, I think, here. The reinforcing army should be coming in from stage right when we load into this, assuming that CA gets this right. We'll see. Anyway, Sons of Lorgar says, in level 3 plus settlements, a lot of the city towers are scorpion towers, dealing far more damage with far greater range than arrow towers with a slower rate of fire and at odd angles, shooting through the slits. Yeah, it is crazy. Those towers are bonkers. Like, don't get me wrong, there's some strong towers in the Warhammer world, but I mean, that was just bonkers. All right, now you all saw that, right? On the map, the reinforcements should be coming in. Like, if you looked at my orientation from where I was attacking from, the reinforcements should be coming from over here. I'm going to deploy over here, and if they don't, I'm going to be mad. Not going to lie, I'm going to be kind of ticked off if they don't come in from this direction. But I can't say that I really trust CA to get that right, because they sure don't in Warhammer get it right very often. But it's been so long since I played, a ton of Rome 2, that I just don't really remember the AI is going to get it right here. My archers into a defensive stance. Wanted all these guys out of formation attack. Alright, start the battle. Hopefully those reinforcements can be coming in from behind me now, and I'm going to turn around and crush them.
By all the gods, what a collection of brigands, thieves, and desert scorpions.
Enemy reinforcements approaching.
Yep, there they are. Alright, turn around. A little bit off the position that I had predicted. But we should still be able to intercept them and destroy them. They're very weak units, and that's why I didn't want to fight them in the fort, because it would basically end up overstating their unit's capability.
By your command, fire spears!
They're going to suicide their desert cavalry here. I don't want to get my general killed, so I'm going to pull back from that a little. There's no reason to get in too big a rush there. Easy, archers. Easy, easy, easy. Let's not kill our own guys. Okay, push up over here. Let's pull my Azet Knights back. Alright, let's get on the offensive here. You are not Royal Thorax Swordsmen. I wish you were. Okay, I hear you. You're Thorax Swords. I get it. Good grief. Did you hear all that? Hey. It's a problem in newer Total Wars 2, where sometimes the guys just don't shut up. Move over here and intercept these reinforcements. A little bit of outflanking here with my cavalry. I'm busy killing tribespeople at the moment. Got a lot of pressure now coming in behind the enemy. I got stuck there. That wasn't what I wanted. Gonna be a little risky here. I'm gonna take my general in, but I've got reinforcements nearby. Oh yeah, we've got these guys right where I want them now. We're gonna just all out slaughter them. I've got heavy cavalry. right in the middle of this fight.
Our general is under attack.
They've got no advantage. Their light units are overmatched with heavy units. The reinforcements are coming to get me. Reposition a little here. Rear charge and get that fight over with. I'm gonna pull off of those tribes people and try and use my cavalry to crush what's left here. Here we go. Man, I love this game. This battle is actually pretty fun. Alright, unfortunately for me, the AI is being really stupid here. They got levy skirmishers, and they didn't throw their javelins at me. I'm gonna make them pay a hefty price for that mistake. Let's keep the clicks going here. Cycle out with those cataphracts. That's a noble sword. No wonder it's not dead. I was like, why isn't that unit dead? That's because it's a noble sword, Air. I like that I really like that the AI sallied out. Like, seeing its forces overwhelmed, it sallied out. That's good to see. It doesn't mean the AI in this game is like suddenly fantastic, but that's good. I mean, that's what they should have done. You don't let your guys just get destroyed without trying to throw some support in there. Good to see the AI make the right moves sometimes. I know it's not going to do it every time, but that was good. Okay. I'm gonna fall into this melee, and I'm going to use my inspired group. Oh, no, easy, you're gonna kill my general. Easy. If you wanna shoot someone, shoot those routing desert spearmen. Alright, crushing victory. Absolutely crushing victory. We definitely had the superior troops. I didn't want to fight that, fortification battle because, like I said, it was going to overstate the value of their troops being able to defend in choke points versus me being able to get them on open ground here. So I'm glad we had that opportunity to get around their encampment and force them into combat this way. I mean, we probably could have beat them either way if we would have done it right, but remember that you get the towers and stuff. That makes a difference when you start to lose a lot of units. They get to throw all their javelins. Like, that starts to add up. And you can end up in serious trouble. My cavalry has no room to maneuver or play a role in the battle. It definitely starts to add up. They took the settlement from me, but I am going to raise it because it's still got a lot of desert nomadic influence.
We hunger for battle. Ready for orders.
We're taking attrition, which is unfortunate, but so are they. They're really not in much better shape. That up, and let's rebuild this. Okay, there we go. Gerha should be safe. I don't think this army can get around Gerha unless they sail around. They're kind of stuck in the zone of control of that settlement. And with this being the case, like, these armies are very, very weak now. Doesn't mean they couldn't hire up a bunch of mercenaries and come back at me. They might. I'd hate to, like, lose Charax and then have Media take it back from me. What we could do is this. I could give Media an order to go after these guys. Medea, however you pronounce that. How do you guys like to pronounce that, by the way? Okay. Alright, I just feel very confident Gerha can hold, and then if they siege me, I'll send reinforcements. I'm not going to move out of Charax right now. Anyway, I want to have a good conversation this week. And this is a conversation that you all can help me with. I know you're not, like, not everybody who watches this is into Total War Warhammer. And that's fine, you don't have to be. But I have to ask this question. Have any of you been watching the marketing lead up to Total War Warhammer 3? CA is dropping, like, 4 things a week, and we're still 2.5 months from launch. And they've been doing this for a long time. Like, we didn't even have a launch date. And they were dropping, like, new stuff. Like, oh, look at this faction, look at these mechanics, look at this, and it's, like, really hard to keep up with. I follow this series pretty heavily because I make videos out of it, and I am still having a hard time keeping up with it. Now, some of you may be like, yeah, it's not that bad, I do it. Okay, that's fine. I get some of you are probably going to like it, but I'm asking this question honestly, and I'd like to get some feedback.
Good. I will not.
Historical Total War, fantasy Total War, doesn't matter. Do you like this marketing approach from CA? Get down in the comments and tell me what you think. Should the marketing campaign wait till closer to launch? And instead of just throwing a bunch of cinematic fluff at us and a whole bunch of filler and lore and all this stuff, should they do that? Do you like that? Like, do you as a customer want that? And if so, it's fine. Again, I'm not like trying to pressure you into saying you don't. I'm asking for a genuine conversation here. I want to see what you all say. I hate it, personally. Like, I can't keep up with it. It's confusing, and then I feel like I'm missing stuff, and then I get even more mad because, like, I feel like I'm behind, or that I'm supposed to make... And they tell us this, like... Remember, I'm in contact with Creative Assembly, and they tell us, like, oh, don't worry, you don't have to make a video on everything we put out. But they can say that. You don't have to make a video on everything you put out. But let's be honest, if you're throwing all this stuff out there, and we choose not to report on it, there's probably a fair chance that some of those people... I didn't know that I was at war with Pontus. They must have joined up in the war against me. I was not aware. Oh, no, they're fighting with me. Pontus wants our help. I don't want to help them. Tough, Pontus. Fight your own battle. That may come back to haunt me. But yeah, in any case, I hate the approach. I think that Creative Assembly, it's okay for them to make like some few announcements like, hey, here's who the first 5 factions, here's the base factions in the game. Here's some of the, like, so for instance, they announced some quality of life updates. That's a pretty good announcement. Like, tell people the things you're working on. I think that's a pretty good one that you could do early. Announcing a release date with a big trailer. That one's also cool. Like, those kinds of things are fine in my mind, but it's like having 3 or 4 things a week, and it's like, oh, let's talk about Papa Nurgle's lore. Let's talk about Slaanesh's campaign mechanics. Let's dump 10 videos to you all and let 30 or 40 different YouTubers put up the same 10 videos. Like, I just don't like it. Like, I don't think it's great. Like, I think it gets the hype train started too early, and then it just goes off the rails because people lose interest. And, I mean, the only thing going in Creative Assembly's favor there is the fact that so many people who play Warhammer are so desperate for the sequel that they'll probably just forget about it and forgive them. You know what I mean? Like, I don't understand it, and I don't think it makes sense, and I wish they would change it. Now, agree or disagree, please get in the comments. Tell me what you think, okay? Get down there and tell me what you think. I want to hear what you all have to say because I'm not, the sole authority on this type of thing. And I would very much enjoy some feedback from you all on this. I feel like they've got ladders. Let's take a look at my garrison. But first of all, I got some units at sea. They're not going to be easily brought to bear in this battle. We're going to want to put them here. Wish you could just deploy them on land to start with. So I want to deploy these peltists. Not a huge deal, but I mean, it is a light peltist. They've got a decent bit of ammunition. Smaller unit size. Take a look at what else we got here in our land units. We got a bunch of slingers. I'm going to try something here. I'm going to spread my slingers out quite a bit. A little too far. I want to spread my slingers out a good bit along these walls here. Good coverage. Still a little more than I want. Come on, like I don't... Let's see if I can get it right here. That's right. There, looks pretty good. Okay, there we go. I want to spread my slingers out on the wall. And I want them to get a bunch of kills, and then I'm going to retreat them back. And my idea is I want to put pikemen at the base of places where they can stream out of. And basically just choke them up. And give them no chance. These Tarantine cavalry here, let them throw a bunch of javelins at the guys on the wall.
Mob!
Orders, my lord! We are at your command.
Some strategic reserves there. I've got more pikes. Again, let's maybe hold them in a reserve position. We can put them where needed. I got more pikes with my general. I can always fall back with him, should I need to, and like try and put on a defense further back in the settlement. Let's see if there's a good fallback position. Should be... So this is a capture point. Here's our victory point. So what we will do... Place our general here. That'll be the Alamo. I'll put some peltist fodder up front for my general. We can retreat the Tarantines to help him if we need to. Okay. Alright, let's do this.
Ready and waiting.
Get those guys onto shore. Our slingers should be able to get some good damage. I got a scorpion up here that hopefully gets some damage done. I don't expect massive damage out of the wall artillery, like it's usually fairly inaccurate. But we'll let them fire. Let them see if they accomplish anything. They're not coming towards a bunch of my towers, which is unfortunate because the towers are pretty potent, as we've seen. But my slingers should be able to rain a fair bit of death all over this desert levy, other than the siege engines obviously acting as some blockage. Assuming they do. I don't know if they have a hitbox. One would think they do. I don't see a lot of stuff bouncing off the front of them, though, a little bit. Basically, I just want to rain as much death with the slingers as I can, and then I intend to fall back and fight them at the choke points while throwing slings and other stones and javelins and everything up onto the walls. Yeah, we've hurt this unit pretty bad. Get a desert spear. Their general is in a camel cataphract, which actually works out really good for us that it's not a noble sword. We are definitely getting some damage done with the slingers. They've got some of their own. Slingers aren't terribly effective firing up onto the walls at other skirmishers, though. Walls block a fair bit of it. It takes a while for our guys to get off the walls, so I'm going to go ahead and retreat. Put all my pikes into a phalanx, and then put them into a guard stance, because I don't want them to go anywhere. Alright, it's going to take my guys a while to get off the walls, that's why I started a little early. This game's a little bit wonky in that regard. Warhammer is a little better about helping your guys get off the walls quicker. So some of our slingers may indeed get caught on the wall.
Slingers! At speed! At the ready!
The men are waiting.
Where's my other slinger unit?
We await your orders! Slingers! What are your orders?
Pull these this way. We're gonna get most of our slingers down off the wall, it looks like. This is good. Yeah, and see, now my Tarantine cavalry are just gonna start mercilessly, raining javelins up here. So the desert levy is gonna take, just tremendous losses. Back up to here.
Stay alert!
Alright, yeah, I got 2 units off clean.
Double time.
Gonna reposition them. Yeah, and see, the Desert Levy is gonna just get absolutely choked right up here.
What are your
This one slinger just wants to keep running back onto the walls because some of them got caught. I'll have to watch for friendly fire there. We don't want to end up with too much friendly fire.
break from the
So far, so good. Like, I like the way this is going so far. Feels like everything's going according to plan. I do worry a little bit about their tribespeople getting up on the wall and raining javelins down on me, so it's one of the reasons why I wanted to get away with as many of my slingers as I could.
speed.
By your command. Double time.
Yeah, they are getting absolutely crapped on over here. There's not a lot I can do about where those guys are going to fire either. See, that's good firing going on right here. A little too much damage for my liking, and I'm going to cease fire at will. There's going to be a lot of friendly fire,
Has used all its ammunition.
whereas my pikes will just be pretty effective there. Going to be effective here too. I'm pretty sure we got these guys bottlenecked in a death trap.
Missile cavalry ready.
See, we got 63 kills on that Tarentine cavalry.
At your service.
And once they've gotten their kills
One of our
with their
units has
javelins,
used
we
all
can
its
just
ammunition.
we can put them back to the Alamo.
Slingers.
Now, as their tribespeople come onto the walls, those will want to be our targets for the slingers. Their slingers and tribespeople need to go.
Slingers.
Slingers, tribespeople, slingers.
Fire on the
I was hoping my guys would be targeting up on the walls, and they're just not. They keep targeting down here. I'm going to go throw a little bit of reinforcements over here. I'm getting some lag, too, so that's not great. Just in case I lose my pikes, but I mean, this is definitely an excellent murder hole for the most part right here. Oh, yeah. Yeah, we're winning. These Himyar cavalry and camel spears are trying to burn the gates, but we can turn that into a death trap as well. So I'm feeling very good about our position right now. The AI is not even really getting to use their missiles from up on the walls. They're trying to get down here to get to capture points or something, and they're just dying in droves. Then we recaptured the towers here when their guys died, so these cavalrymen out here are going to start coming under fire too. Then they're going to have to deal with burning oil even after they burn the gates, I think. Oh yeah, they're dying hard. Let's get our light peltist. Again, it's a fallback position, but let's send them to the Alamo. It's our last stand if needed.
Slingers.
orders.
Excellent. 584 kills. As the guys just get forced right into the front of this pikeman. There's going to be a massive defeat. So the Saba are going to be extinguished with prejudice right here. Rather extreme prejudice, if I don't say so myself. Yikes. Yeah, they are getting shreked right now. They had no business being in this siege battle. So when you head in this position and you have pikes, don't fight on the walls. Not unless you see a very clear reason why. If you have pikes, do not fight on the walls. Let them come to you through those, because again, remember, this isn't like Warhammer where you can come down from the walls from all kinds of places. They can only come down at these key positions, which, you know, makes sense the way these walls are designed. But, I mean, it is terrible when you're the attacker because it just takes away all your options. Look, they lost their Himyar cavalry, they lost their camel spearmen. Some Desert Cav and their Marib Camel Cataphracts are coming up. A very cool looking unit, I might add. It's going to take a lot more than Camel Frax to save the Saba now. I love how the guys fleeing are getting hit with the poison oil, or the boiling oil. Yikes. What a murder hole we set up here. That is not a fun waterfall at the pool or the water park, folks. Alright, we've got the Desert Cavalry wavering. The Camel Cataphracts are down to half strength. Are they gonna get through the gate? No, they're not. Like, it is not likely these guys are getting through the gate. I'm just gonna hit fast forward now. They may get through the gate, but I don't think so. They're not close enough, and so sometimes when you don't get close enough, your torches fall short. Let's get some more comments here. Bozy321 says, I could be wrong, but I think the Royal Peltasts were more representative of Greek armies a few decades after Alexander, and generally had a similar function to the Silver Shields. The problem for me is they don't appear to be as successful. One of Alexander's successor, Antigonus, the One-Eyed, inherited the Silver Shields after they had betrayed their former leader, and rather than keep them on, he found them to be so dangerous he sent them to the far corners of the Empire, sending them on suicide missions to get rid of them. This was because of their repeated treachery. And, sorry, I had to go click to get more. And also because they were almost invincible veterans that had caused him enormous trouble. Pretty hardcore bunch of old men, has to be said. I wish they were still a bit better in this game. Well, Royal Peltasts are pretty decent. They mostly only get chopped up by the most competent Romans and the highest tier barbarians. Other than that, I mean, Royal Peltasts can pretty much hold their own with anybody. I do like them. I do like them a lot. Let's go ahead and release the captives. I'll just take the cash. That was unfortunate that they were able to flee past me. And it looks like they escaped with most of their units intact. Either that or they just recruited a ton of mercenaries. And it could be the mercenary option. If they did recruit a ton of mercenaries, they're still going to be weak. Alright, we finished the Cult of Alexander. Children born. Ally confirms a war target. Okay, let's head into our tech tree. That Temple to Hephaestus, that probably increases like our armor and stuff, right? I don't know, I want to take a look at that. Got a ton of cash. Our income just shot up a lot. These guys did run off and recruit a ton of mercenaries. I can reach them and engage them. They're on force march, which means they'll get caught in an ambush. And I don't know if they got a ton of mercenaries or if just they were allowed to have that many survive from their assault. It's very possible that they were just allowed to survive like that. Let's go engage these guys. We won that last battle so convincingly. I want to fight this because I don't want to lose my thorax, Thurio spears. I'm going to protect those Thurio spears. Fight this one manually. Because if I auto-resolve it, I'm worried they're going to kill off those Thurio spears. Not a terribly difficult unit to re-recruit, but I just don't want to be giving away free units to the AI right now.
Swords!
I'm going to put my melee infantry on either side of their column. My archers back here in the back, ready to mow down their camel archers, and then I'll protect my archers. Cavalry.
We await your command.
Like this. Okay. I want one cavalry at the head of the column.
Swords! At your service!
Let's turn those. Oh, I forgot one sword unit. Put it there. Just hide these guys in the backside of that. Okay.
What are your orders?
I want to slaughter camel archers.
Fill the skies! Forward! Put them down! Keep moving! Don't let them recover! Hack them
Ready and waiting! Ready!
Probably should just brace for the charge, but I think we'll be okay.
ready! Taxi!
Persian archers! By your command! Spears! Orders! Ready! We await your command!
Forget I have to double click these attack orders or else my guys don't run into the combat.
At your service! My lord! We await your orders!
Okay, let's go after that camel cataphract general. I've got infantry support, and we should get a solid charge with our own cataphracts. Let's do a trample.
Swords! Understood! Ready! Ready for orders! Awaiting orders!
I'm gonna continue to fire. Our Hellenic cataphracts got a very good charge onto the camel cataphracts. They are dying. The rest of their mercenary camel spearmen are going down. And we should easily win this without losing any units.
Melee infantry! Our orders!
Alright.
Find your targets!
Yep, we've got them. Because it's an ambush, you would hope there's no escape from an ambush, right? But then again, I won't put that past CA. The DA wins, said in the last episode, attacking the city was a trap card played on the secessionists, and immediately after, the Patchy Factory was created. Indeed. Indeed. Thanks, man. Appreciate all the years of support. I know you like the Royal Peltist. Mocker says, may I suggest that after Saba and the Separatists are gone, try going to Pontus and then head straight up and control the entire Black Sea. We might need to. I don't expect Pontus is going to remain our friend forever, especially after I just refused to help them. See, they get to run away after they get hit in an ambush. That just doesn't make sense. Both practically and from a game design standpoint. Like, it doesn't make sense either way.
Make haste, men!
Get back on the road where I'm not taking attrition. Yes, we can. Alright, so they'll probably hire up a whole bunch of mercenaries again. But we have hurt the Saba very, very badly. And I'm happy about that, I have to say. I'm very happy about it. Okay. Let's see what's going on back in Italia and the surrounding regions. So we took Massilia, and that was our epic battle. The last one, it was quite a fight. Put a temple in here. Carthage has a lot of troops over here. They're not very good troops. Got Dido's faithful there. Would be funny. Yeah, it's Hannibal. I don't know if it's the Hannibal, but a guy named Hannibal. That's appropriate. I like that. And we took Bibract as well, and that's going to leave the Iceni. They are not at war with me at the moment, but they're standing right on my border. The reason it looks like they're at war with me is because this is actually an Arverni settlement. We can reach that settlement on this turn end. This would be their capital. Way over there. I expect the war with other barbarian tribes to kick up here very soon. So I want to kill the Arverni as quickly and as thoroughly as possible. Look, this is a similar situation. The Arverni were encamped nearby. They should come on from stage left, roughly. Our elephants were a little bit beat up, but the rest of our army, pretty good looking here. We got thorax pikes, thorax swords, only Median cavalry, so we'll have to watch that, but I don't really see any heavy horse, except for the general here, which would be a noble horse. Those chosen swordsmen are no joke. We're gonna have to watch out for those. We'll want those to go into the pikes. So yeah, we'll need to be careful of the chosen swords. It's actually giving the enemy a huge chance to win on the auto-resolve for some reason here. I mean, maybe I'll find out the hard way, but I just don't see them winning this. I do not see this being a win for the Gauls. I'm gonna wait. Don't want the fog either. Start deployment. Again, I think the reinforcements are gonna come on from stage left. Oops. Archers at the ready. Elephants will just hold in full, like, reserve positions. I'll put a Median cavalry on either flank to help support the infantry, because we really, really need the enemy swordsmen to end up on the front of our thorax pikes, so I may have to spread this formation out a little, in fact. Let's do that. Maybe a little more compact on the flanks, but definitely want most of the chosen swordsmen to come right into the loving sarissas of our phalanx here. I expect the reinforcements are coming from over here. Let's start moving forward.
Enemy reinforcements approaching.
There they are. Pretty much right where I wanted them. I cut off the retreat of that noble horse. Push the archers forward. Yeah, this is looking pretty good. I'm gonna push the pikes up even closer. We really want to get their attention. This will be my strategic reserve troops over here. Keep moving the archers up, move the elephants, move the Median cavalry, keep pushing closer with the Thurios spears. Okay, yeah. Charge that phalanx, you greedy jerks. Charge it. Charge it. Yes. Alright, they're gonna get mowed down. Let's ignore that, and I'm gonna start unloading into some of these chosen swords. They are definitely a threat to us. Not if I can force them all into my phalanx, but they're still a threat. That unit got pretty well decimated. Just gonna hold the flank over here, just hold. No need to overextend, we just need to keep ourselves... Okay, that is some fantastic news right there. Scutari cavalry got pretty wrecked pretty early. Our archers are absolutely shredding chosen swordsmen. And I intend to continue that. I'm going to interrupt the charge of that chosen sword. We'll off fire at will on the javelins. That's good enough. The chosen swords will not have gotten a very good charge there. Spoil that for him, that'll be good enough. Yeah. This is good. Those chosen swordsmen are completely outflanked. This chosen sword is now beaten up very badly. I'm going to start harassing the other. The reinforcements are nowhere close. So I'm going to go ahead and unleash on them here. Comes the rear charges into the chosen spearmen. That is a tough spear unit, by the way, chosen spearmen. Not going to be good into the front of a Alexandrian phalanx, but it is a tough unit. Alright, these chosen swords have gotten absolutely shredded. I'm going to cease fire here. There's a lot of potential for friendly. I'm gonna just try and wrap this up. I'm gonna go ahead and take a few of these pike phalanx that are no longer necessary and start running them to hold off on this side. I'm gonna take these Thurio spears, attack them in the back. These Thurio spears have done a very, very good job. I think a little bit of a rear charge there from those mercenary Scutari. Alright, to safety. Got another Thorax Pike we can push this direction. Got another one we can push this direction. About to have to turn around and face this other way. Just that Chosen Sword's a pretty tough unit. I don't want to get hit in the back over here, so I'm going to charge forward. Oof, that Chosen Sword is going to hurt. I'm going to disengage here. Let my Phalanx tank that one over. I'm going to start killing Celtic skirmishers. Let's actually target more towards the center of the formation. Let our horses go after the stuff on the flank. Alright, into the fight. Let's get into it. How, man, that Chosen Spear is really being a pain in the butt. Pull my Median cavalry out of there. Thurio Spears just didn't have what it took to break that. Okay, this way. Yes, 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 yes. This is what we want, folks. This is what we want. Yeah, but our general's gonna come in here and break the rest of these Chosen Spears. They're on a frenzy right now. Make them very difficult to deal with. So they have that one Chosen Sword here. Still holding out very strong. I actually think I'm going to retreat my swords. Push my pikes up. Give them a target that they don't want to fight. Ceasefire. More pikes. Let's fall back with the Thurio Spears. Use the cover of the Phalanx here. See, we traded them a fight that was decent for them and gave them a fight that was terrible for them. So that is going to be some really solid results there. Over 2,000 Gauls killed. Only 417 losses on my part, so Phalanx coming in very clutch there. Leo Pluridon says, another bloody and well-fought siege air. In cases like when your units are unable to penetrate the enemy's formation, I find it beneficial to partially pull through, allow more unit models to engage. That's probably not a bad idea if you don't suffer too much of a leadership hit. Says this is because the unit eventually gets tired regardless of how many models are engaged. Anyway, yeah, that's also a good point, the way that units get worn down. Alright, so let us go ahead and raise this settlement because it's going to be Celtic influence.
You have further orders? At your
So
command.
another big victory over the Arverni here. It's a gold mine too, excellent. So the Arverni gonna be in a little bit of a hurt here. And I want to in a muster field here because they're likely to be attacked at some point under that position. Massilia, you can reach them. They have one army fortified, but once again, we have an opportunity to attack the one that isn't fortified and pull them into a pitched battle. That Greek giant ballista won't do them much good because it won't be able to move.
At your command.
So the might of Heracles still recuperating after a big fight in that siege, but it's a fantastic opportunity for us here, so I'm going to take this. I don't know what Carthage is doing, just standing around. Yeah, this is going to give us some really nice chances here. Again, if I'm looking at this, should be stage left where the reinforcements come from. So I'll try it. We've been 2 for 2 so far on guessing where the units came from. I'll try it. Smokin' Free says, hello again, Air. Another great episode. Taking out the Cimmerians is always a good move. By the way, I watched the video on YouTube the other day called Rome, an Empire of Psychopaths, which I found rather amusing. Well, the Empire part of Rome, to be fair, did have a fair number of psychopaths. But that said, I mean, what empire in the history of this world hasn't had a fair number of psychopaths? I mean, to Rome's credit, you know? You get what I'm saying? Like, I think you would agree. think you all would agree that absolute psychoticness is definitely gonna be common in an empire. Okay, like our position pretty good. I'm gonna push up this hill because I'm pretty sure the reinforcements are coming over here. Could be wrong. A lot of lag here. Hope the game's not about to crash. We 3 for 3? No, we are not. So they came from the total opposite direction. There was 2 groups of reinforcements, though. We can't see up over this hill, so it's possible they're up here. Just gonna rush forward and see if we get eyes on anything. They would have been coming out of the woods and on top of the hill where I just don't have eyes at the moment. But, well, I mean, there is one unit. Yeah. Okay, so that's a general, and he is headed this way for some reason. May just beat a hill camp? I don't really know what that Massilian hoplite's doing, because I don't see the other reinforcements. Again, they could be covered by the woods. Very odd situation. I don't think they are, though. I think they're down here, so I'm not sure what that Massilian hoplite was doing. Okay, well, these reinforcements did not come in from the direction that I thought they should. If you all think I misread that, feel free to let me know in the comments. I'd be curious, did I misread the direction? I thought I had it right. But apparently not. So we're going to have the full-on battle here. Pyle Sharma says, those were Scorpion Towers. They do a ton of damage. You are correct. And we did take a ton of damage. Thanks for watching. Thanks for taking the time to comment. Tommy Salty says, Heir has become so powerful that only when his own faction rebels, he can face a worthy opponent. Episode 34, and the dad jokes are still going strong. Well, I'm glad you're enjoying it, Tommy Salty. And thanks for being a longtime channel member. You too, Smoking Free. Thank you for being a channel member. Do appreciate you all who are supporting the channel that way. I know not everybody can. And so, of course, if you aren't choosing to support the channel in that way, you know what else is really helpful? Pushing the like button if you liked it. Going down in the comments. Being subscribed. All those things help a whole lot if you feel the desire to do so. And I would appreciate your help. Because I love making these videos, and I want to keep doing it.
Orders. Double time, my lord. Elephants.
Okay. Move everything up. Let's fast forward a minute. It's going to be a minute. My heavy troops are going to be possibly... No, they're not tired. Some of them are, though. Royal Peltist are winded. Let's give my troops a second to catch their breath. Not terribly worried about what we're going to face off against here. Should be pretty superior. Made a mistake here with my cavalry deployment, so let's rush across here. What do they got in the middle? Slingers. I don't like this skirmisher cav on my flank, because I can't catch it with my heavy cav. I got Peltist over here to deal with it, so I'm going to leave a couple of archers under center, and use my light Peltist to support this other flank. Alright, they are going to wait on me to attack, most likely, since it was I who initiated the combat. I'm not pushing any type of ranged advantage at the moment that would give them a reason to come at me, so let's push forward. It looks like we've caught their interest. They're doing a little bit of moving. They do have Celtic slingers. I've got some cover under these woods. I'm gonna move my heavy archers up even more. Heavy archers are about to start firing at their Celtic slingers over here, so I'll take this position. Say that, they haven't started firing. I would sure like them to. Okay, the skirmish is underway. Think heavy archers hold the advantage here. They should. They deal a lot of damage. I think it's the 41 missile damage at base. Or no, weapon damage. Where's their missile damage? Yeah, missile damage 40, okay. Not 41, that's javelin I was thinking of. They're gonna do a little damage to me with the slingers. These Peltists aren't in range, are they? No, it's the slingers taking shots behind them, okay. Alright, we've got one unit of Celtic slingers that really ate it against my Syrian archers. Start firing at the other one. Take out some of their range here and see if we can force them up the hill while my troops remain fresh.
Orders understood. Waiting. Double time, Commander.
There we go. I'm giving my archers a little room to move forward and keep working.
Silver shield swordsman. Melee infantry ready. Silver
Spread my
shield
infantry a little
swordsman
wider. We
swords.
don't have any reason to condense our formation.
Quick march!
waiting.
Shield bearers!
Missiles awaiting targets.
Okay. Alright, we're in a good firing position. We got a commanding height advantage. The Celtic slingers are
We
suffering
have discovered the enemy's hidden units.
massive losses. We've got more units of Celtic slingers, 2 more of them, but we should be able to mop them up, and I mean, we're doing just fine. Like, we're taking some damage. They're taking even more damage. They're just focused on my swordsmen right now, like trying to cause extra damage to the swords. This is not going to be their best bet. I guess I kind of get that the AI likes to target your most expensive infantry or cavalry. In some ways, you know, that could be an effective strategy at times for the AI.
Melee infantry.
But
At the double. Yes,
it doesn't
Commander.
usually work out good for him. There are times when I've seen it work out for him. This is
We have
not one of
discovered
those
the enemy's
times.
hidden units.
Find your target. What are your orders?
Another Celtic slinger over here. Let's do a little bit of precision shot. Alright, we wiped out, we're about to wipe out this other regrouped. Alright, their skirmish cavalry has come back to this flank.
Heavy archers.
About to turn these heavy archers on that Tarentine cavalry.
Loose. Royal peltasts.
There we go. We are still in a very commanding position in my mind. Like, I don't think the AI's got anything on us here. I just don't think they've got what it takes. If they're gonna charge me with Massilian cavalry, I'm gonna countercharge.
Our hidden units have been
Oz at
discovered.
Knights. This was one of the units we took a little damage from.
Command.
This cavalry charge is not going to go well. Massilian cavalry is pretty weak. The one thing that may help them here is the fact that their skirmisher cavalry is very near to range with me. We'll let that go.
Melee infantry ready. Orders, my lord.
Their Celtic slingers are dying. They're doing
We
menial,
have discovered the
trivial
enemy's hidden
damage to me.
units.
Knights. Judas. Order. With your target.
Precision shot these Tarentine cavalry, and then they also should get hit by my royal peltist. So this is gonna go well for me. There's some Massilian Thurio spears here. They're gonna start tossing javelins, and I don't love that. But we are gonna wreck the Tarentine cavalry.
Heavy archers.
Excellent. Let's wreck these peltists next. We're gonna definitely take some javelin damage here. Javelins are a pretty serious threat, so I'm gonna countercharge here.
Riot ready.
So you're just sitting back and taking this. It's time to push our
We have
advantage.
discovered the enemy's hidden units.
Double time.
Ready! By your command!
Awaiting orders. Armored elephant. Silver shield.
Push this advantage.
Heavy archers. What are your orders? Ready and
One of our units has used all its ammunition.
I want to engage those tribesmen and Massilian Thurio spears.
Silver shield swordsman. Ready for orders.
I don't want them just sitting here tossing a million javelins at us.
Infantry.
We've actually got way too much infantry stacked out here.
As you command.
Let's roll it in
Knights.
and
We have discovered the enemy's hidden units.
start to roll up on this flank.
Silver shield swordsman.
Start to throw some stuff. Oh crap, got outmaneuvered here because I wasn't paying attention. My heavy archers should be able to hold that charge. The Royal Peltists are a little bit overextended here. I'm not loving the position they're in.
Heavy archers.
Got my light Peltists. Pull through these guys. They're not worth your time. Get over here.
Ready. For glory. Melee infantry ready.
Yours to command!
Melee troops awaiting orders.
Just push past them. Let the Ozat Knights clean it up.
Infantry!
Up at once and speed. Heavy archers.
I'm gonna sling some heavy archer fire into that flank. They've got a Massilian Thurio spear pushing through me. But I've got a lot of pressure on their back. Ozits ignore that and push over. Let's let our light peltist deal with these guys.
Orders, my lord.
I love light peltists. They can be such a clutch unit sometimes. We need some help right here. I'm going to give a charge against those Celtic tribesmen. And I think I'm going to throw my Syrian heavies in here and pull in the heavy cavalry support. Let's retreat our Royal Peltists with the cover of these Ozit Knights.
The enemy general is dead.
That's good news for us. Alright, so we got our Royal Peltist out of that fight, and now I'm going to bring in some heavy hitters. I don't want to lose this Royal Peltist unit, it's too valuable. Move these heavy archers around, light Peltist cleaning up that cavalry. And then, as expected, our elephants just absolutely clean this up. Massilian Thurio spears, no match. Levy Freeman out here that I would love to give some very unwanted attention to, but instead I'll charge that Massilian Thurio spear who is foolish enough to turn its back to me. These units are too blobbed. Let's pull some of them out of this fight. Got a better flank position here. Let's unload some archer fire into that one. Let's send our elephants now into this fight.
One of our units has used all its ammunition.
I don't know why it was giving Massilia such good chances in this fight. Like, really not a whole lot going right for him. There's like a couple of engagements that weren't awful, but it feels pretty bad for Massilia. I mean, trust me, I'm not complaining. I'm enjoying it. Should be able to crush the rest of that. Heavy archers are nice. Like, their armor really does help them hold out in a melee. Like, they're not going to do a lot of damage, but like in a late game like that where the enemy's already exhausted and they weren't really high attack units to begin with, like, that is pretty handy. Turn off fire at will so I don't accidentally kill my general with a random late game volley here. That is good stuff. It's gonna be another solid victory over our foes. 578 losses to 2,668. We will take that to the bank, folks. Fodge says, loving this series still, Air. I think you should finish by recreating as best as possible the borders of the Roman Empire and then moving on to a Roman campaign in Attila, Western Rome. Yeah, I do have the save file for Western Rome. I found it when I was cleaning out my hard drive and making a switch. So it is possible that we could finish that legendary Western Rome campaign, and that would be pretty fun. We are kind of close to Roman borders here. We're not all the way out into Britannia or Iberia, but I mean, we're in pretty solid shape here overall. Is it gonna kill my Royal Peltist? I feel like it's gonna kill my Royal Peltist. I'm gonna quick save this because I don't want to lose that Royal Peltist. It will be hard to get him back out here. Let's see what happens. We know it's gonna hurt my elephants. It actually didn't. Holy crap. Well, thank you, auto-resolve. I don't know what to tell you. This is a Hellenic settlement. We could subjugate Massilia, but I do not wish to. I'm going to go ahead and occupy their settlement. They wouldn't agree with me earlier in diplomacy, so they deserve no, love from me now. All right, this is good stuff, man. We are in good shape. Our money's going up, which means we can make even more armies. And there is no reason not to. Like, I'm gonna go to Rome, and we are gonna raise another army here. Speaking of, I'm gonna build up some of this capability here. Make sure I don't have a patchy factory anywhere. Alright, hang on. I'm going to start in Italia, and I'm just going to use the keys here. So let's look for unbuilt slots here. And when we get back to Italia, we know we've seen them all. The quickest way to do this. I do love how they've implemented that quality of life update in later Total Wars where, you know, you get the little warning where it's like, hey, you know, you have something unbuilt or you have construction available. Like, it is really handy to prevent this type of monotony at a turn end, and it's appreciated. Like, so I love those kind of quality of life things that Creative Assembly brings to the game, and I hope they continue to do so. I mean, Total War has gotten so much easier to use over the years. Yeah, see, like, this would have been more blatant had we had messages like those, but we did not. There we go. There we go. All right, so we've covered all of our settlements. I'm going to come back here to Rome, and I'm going to raise forces. We're going to find one of our Seleucid dynasty characters here, and we're going to raise an army. And I'm going to put him in that elephant. It is just such a good unit. Until I have a reason to do otherwise, I'm going to continue to do it. Let's get him into Rome here and start recruiting. I think I have the top tier barracks. And I really like the flexibility of having the elite sword army here. I'm going to start off by putting some silver shields in the bank here. We'll also be protected against werewolves by recruiting the silver shields. So we get good werewolf protection. So should we run into Norska out here, you know, we'll be safe. All right. Let's take a look at my army movement, because I don't think we've done everything here we could. Let's go do a little spying on the next Arverni position. We got eyes on that settlement. There's really nothing of interest there, so I'm going to push on and get some more intel. Yeah, look, right here. Got some intel here. A weak army, but it's a large one. All right, so intel is had. Let's push north. Continue our never-ending march in the north. Heralds of Triton are ready to strike at Cameria. Looks like Odessos fell to Pontus. I feel like I'm just gonna maintain this. Well, I'm gonna fight this, but I'm gonna wait till the next episode to do it because I'm out of time tonight, and I really had a lot of fun with this. Let's get a couple more comments. Altair the Assassin says 1610 air. It's because the towers are Scorpion towers. They hurt a lot when they hit. You are not kidding, my friend. Thanks for watching, taking the time to comment. Appreciate you, Mr. The Dowd says the YouTube channel Invicta made a really nice video on the history of the Silver Shields. I like Invicta's channel. I actually got to meet him in real life a couple times at CA events. He's a really cool guy. He's an engineer like me. Just a really smart, really interesting guy. So yeah, I need to go watch that. I didn't know he had one on the Silver Shields. MDS T Mouse says, I've been doing quite a few custom battles, and shield bearers seem to be one of the least cost-efficient units. They are bad. I'm using them just because. Starseeker says, I gotta say the Iceni were not one of the factions that I thought would be problematic. No, nor did I, but they are, more so than the Romans were. Palmbry says, dang, that siege battle nearly took half the video. I agree with you about the Seleucid Secessionist. Color scheme looks good. Also, watch out for the Pontus from the north. Got a feeling Anatolia Peninsula is about to be the new battlefront. Thanks for the upload. You're probably correct. I think Anatolia is about to break out in a big battle as well. Anyway, that's all the comments I can get to for now. Thanks for watching. Make sure you go down and discuss what we talked about earlier. And of course, if you liked the video, hit that like button. HeirofCarthage signing out for now. See you all next time.